before we lift because we don't like to talk too much when we lift. So we got to get it all out of the way. But yeah, we'll be talking about a lot of stuff. The pay-per-view, it's still up, it's still available. You get the pay-per-view on this channel, Stone TV. It's under the memberships. Depending on your device you're using, it's either going to be memberships or join. If on your device that you're currently using, there's not an option that says join or memberships, that means your device doesn't have the software for memberships. So iPhones have been pretty bad. Android's 50-50. That Google phone, a little better than iPhones, but still not good. The best way is most people have been the number one way to get the pay-per-view 100% is a desktop or a laptop. Smart TVs have been fairly good, but a laptop or a desktop is the best bet. All right, what's up, Brian? We missed you yesterday. I don't know if you watched it yesterday, but we gave you a little shout out. But yeah, getting ready for how you feeling from practice? Not too bad, or you feel pretty good? You feel good for the tournament this Saturday? It's gonna be a good one. I'll most likely be there around 2 or 3, maybe. Yeah, man. Everyone was busy. All the whole crew was busy. At one point, I ended up pausing live. I went to go check on the computer. I mean the TV, to check the live on the YouTube to see if it was actually up. But yeah, it was weird, everyone was missing. But it's a rough time. It's like, what is it, 10:30? Oh, not even 10 o'clock. It's early. Everyone's working. Let's see. What's up, Indian kid? Thanks for watching. If you like arm wrestling, you picked the right spot. So I'm from the United States of America. I'm guessing, depending on what type of Indian you are, you might be from the same country or from India. So let's see. Brian says, "Yeah, I'm good. Real sore from the training before that, but I'm back to regular recovery time now." Oh, that's good. That's good. I think it's gonna be a good turnout. Brian, what are you gonna do? You gonna try the pro class? Or you gonna do semi? Or you gonna try the pro class? Megamind says, "Admin, what's up?" Well, what's up, Megamind? Oh, I appreciate that. Indian kid says he liked the live. I appreciate that. He says he's from India. But if you like arm wrestling, I think arm wrestling's pretty big in India. There's, at least from what I see, there's a big population of Indian arm wrestlers. So you might even be a fan already. But if you're not, there's a bunch of arm wrestling on this channel. There's even a pay-per-view under memberships. Brian says pro and masters. Yeah, that's good. I'll just say, yeah, you're probably too good for semi-pro, plus I feel like even if you get a lot more out of the pro class, definitely. Masters class, I think you're probably a favorite. Masters class is tricky. Sometimes it's first timers that just happen to be 40. Sometimes it's full of world champions that just happen to be 40, and sometimes it's a nice mix. So hopefully there's a bunch of world champions in that class. Get a whole bunch of experience. But we'll find out Saturday. Megamind says, "Nice cap, dude." I appreciate that. There's not many out there. There's only a couple. But eventually, I keep on saying gonna make hats for sale. Hats are tricky, because hats are I mean, you can definitely get cheap hats, but I don't really want to get cheap hats. I like these hats. They're closed backs. And they're pretty expensive to buy. But maybe we'll do a pre-order. If we do a pre-order, we'll get enough. If there's enough want out there, we can do a pre-order, get the hats. What's up, Papin Foes? That's how you say it, man. I appreciate the compliment on the beard. Jimmy Bobbler, he says you look a bit like Eddie Hall. Well, you must have missed the live yesterday because people were saying Eddie Hall is the I can't remember if they said Timu Nic Stone or Wish Nic Stone, but yeah, it was a good one. But yeah, if you don't know Jimmy, Eddie Hall looks like me, not the other way around. He came to me years and years ago. Hey man, I like your look. You mind if I copy you? I said, yeah, you can copy me, but if you get famous, make sure you tell people where the look came from. But I'm not mad. I'm not mad at Eddie. He's a good guy. But maybe we'll arm wrestle and we'll settle it on the table one day. He's arm wrestling now. Let's see. Brian says, I want to keep working what we were doing in the strap and my strength will go up a lot. Yeah, definitely, man. I feel like, a couple more light bulb moments and then, you'll be right there. Especially now that you're training. I feel like you definitely get strong, showing up to practices. That's always good. What's up, Chef? He says, greetings from the Chechen Republic. Thanks for watching, man. Hey, Chef Yusuf, if I said your name right, how's the arm wrestling in your country? I think you probably got a pretty good arm wrestling country over there, if I'm not mistaken. Well, Indian Kid says, he says, you had your breakfast or you will have, ? I didn't eat breakfast today. But I'll probably eat after I lift. So let's see. Oh, really? Chef Yusuf really wants to say, I don't know if you guys see the chat, but he says greetings. Was it 6, 7 times, 8, 9 times? Oh, it keeps on going. But hey, man, I definitely appreciate the comments because I think that's good for YouTube. Papin Foes says deadlift record breaker here, man. 600 kilos, new world record. I tell you what, that's a good deadlift. If you could hit 600 kilos, what's that? What's that, like 1280 or something? How much was that in pounds? Is it like 1280 or is it 1300 pounds? I think it's like 1280. But that's a good deadlift. Well, he says he doesn't understand me, but he seems to he types English pretty good. Hey, what's up, Adam? How you doing, man? Long time no see. Hope everything's going well up there in up in Maine. And yeah, man. Hopefully, you can make it down to our next event. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think you have a free ticket with your name on it. If I'm not mistaken, I think you have to correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, man. Hopefully, you can make it down soon. Indian Kid says, I'm very bad in arm wrestling. My friends all the time make me lost the game. Well, that's all right, man. Even the best arm wrestler in the world didn't start that way, So if you have an interest, if you like arm wrestling, I would say try to find a team, because there's teams out there, and then yeah, take it from there. All right. I appreciate that, Indian Kid. He says there are 6 people in the live, but just 2 likes. People don't be a miser. Yeah, thank you very much. Listen to the Indian Kid. Make sure you hit those likes. Definitely helps out. I think some people are driving, like they're probably listening and driving. That's probably why they're not liking. But I get it. Safety first. Safety first. Um, Also, too, I think like if you're watching on your smart TV, I think you have to like close down the screen, then like it, and then open it or something like that. Brian says, "LOL, good looking out. Just hit it. Appreciate that, man. Definitely appreciate that." Um, I don't know if you guys watched the other live, but I got this. I got a little crack in my phone, and something happened where the lights went black. So there's a little black line through my phone. Um, I can't see the number of the people or the likes, but I trust you guys that you're hitting likes. uh, Indian Kid says, "Well, I like chess more, and I'm also pretty good at that." Wow, chess is always fun. I've been playing. I usually play the computer. Um, I'm not super good at it, but usually, I think the highest level of computer I've beaten it was like 1650 maybe. Um, but that was probably I probably used like some hint buttons or something like that, where like they give you little hints. But usually, if I'm playing chess, I usually play like the level 1000 computer, which is it's good enough to be fun, but also if you play a computer, it's too good. They just every move they kill you. Um, so Joe Felony says, "Do you think Shaw could ever beat Levon?" Not right now. If I had to be honest, right now I think Lamont is way too strong. I think it would have to. I think honestly, it would need. I think Brian would need like 5 years, maybe more. I mean, that seems like a long time, but in the sport of arm wrestling, it's not really a long time. I feel like he needs that time just to develop his tendons and his bones to the unique stress of arm wrestling. He's already got super strong bones and tendons, but it's a very unique strength. But he definitely has the tools. He definitely has the tools to do it. I just think he would need like 5 years or something. So what's up? What's up, Aaron Goda? If I said that right, he says hi, brother, from Bangalore, India. Hey, man, thanks for watching. We got another one of your Indian brothers in the chat. I don't know if you know him, the Indian Kid. He goes by. But if you like arm wrestling, you picked the right spot. We're talking about arm wrestling, maybe some powerlifting. Speaking of Indian Kid, he says, "I won in a chess competition in our city, Kolkata." Hey, man, congratulations. Probably some tough competition. Pap and Foes asks, "What is your goal in life right now, and how do you think you'll achieve it?" Um, I mean, if we'll just keep it arm wrestling, I mean, definitely to be top, definitely be at the top, if not number one. Um, and it's going to take time. It's going to take lots of hard work and time, and that's it. Um, Adam Brooks says, "What's your next super match?" I don't have anything locked in, just a lot of talk. I am planning our second event, our second pay-per-view event. I don't know if you missed the first one. I think I might have saw your name in the members, I think. But Adam, if you missed it, we had our first ever pay-per-view, the Dungeon Super Series. It's under memberships. We had 9 incredible matches. I had a match on there. It was a 1-3. I can't tell you the outcome because it's only for pay-per-view or the people that watch live, but everyone is keeping the outcome of the matches secret. But yeah, I don't have anything planned, nothing locked in. Just lots of talking. I'm talking with a couple different promotions, and they don't want me talking about anything until it's locked in, which is definitely fair. Well, I appreciate you watching, Ali. You know, let's see. Joe Felney says, "I'd love to see that match in a few years." Talking about the Levon and Brian Shaw. Yeah, man. I think definitely. I think 2 years definitely be too soon. But I think 5 years. I think it's like that. I think no disrespect to Brian. I think he'll definitely say the same. I think a minimum of 5 years. Levon is no joke. He's extremely strong. He's extremely smart, and yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Brian says full-time arm wrestling. I'll probably have to quit the other stuff. Yeah, if you're talking about Brian, I think he. I don't know if. I don't think. I think he can stop competing in strongman. If you're talking about Shaw, but he's only competing in arm wrestling. But I'm sure he still trains. Some strongman stuff. So Dom says answer Muhammad. I don't know. I think he just said hi. Maybe not. Let's see. Uh, all right. Let's see. Just checking some of the comments. Aaron says subscribed. I'll join the next live. I appreciate that, Aaron. Joe Felney says, "Do you think Schoolboy has a future in the WAL?" I mean, I don't know if the WL is active right now. Maybe they'll start back up, but yeah, man, he's a good arm wrestler. He's a big guy. He's young. He's smart. Um, so I'm sure if the league started back up, yeah, I don't see why not. Um, but let's see. I know I said it before, but I'll say it again. The pay-per-view is available under the memberships of this channel. Um, it goes for $9.99. There's 9 incredible matches. If you have if you don't see that option on your phone, it's probably because your phone doesn't have the software to get the membership. So you're gonna have to use a laptop or a computer to watch it or to download it, sign up for it. I mean, and then O says Ali Muhammad is a bit strange with his comments. Yeah, they're a little strange. That's why I didn't read them out. But I do appreciate the comments. It's probably good for the YouTube. All right, Indian Kid says, but my brother is pretty good in arm wrestling. He even made my father lost. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So he must be pretty strong if he's beating grown-ups. So good for him. Also, too, if you guys missed it, the second annual Turtle Man Classic, that's what this shirt is, number 2 on there. We still got shirts left. I think there's like 20 shirts left. I think we do have all the sizes. Some are very low on sizes. They go for 30. 100% of the money from the Turtle Man 2 shirts is given to the Turtle Man charity. If you want to watch live, the whole entire live tournament is up on this channel under the lives. It was a good tournament. There's some incredible matches on there. Indian Kid says, cool t-shirt. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Indian Kid. I appreciate that. Indian Kid asked, "Where do you live in USA?" Question mark. Florida. No, I live more north than Florida. No alligators. No alligators where I'm from. Joe Felony says, "Hope to see you on a pay-per-view sometime in the future. Have a good day, sir." Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Joe. Don't worry. If I've been on quite a few pay-per-views so far, but the most recent one is on this channel, Stone TV, under memberships. The money goes to charity. Whatever YouTube doesn't take, they take like 30 or 40%. Whatever YouTube doesn't take will be given to the Turtle Man charity. But thank you very much, man. Indian Kid says, "I am from West Bengal." Very nice. I've never been there. Hey, thanks, Joe. I appreciate that. He says, "I will check out your content." Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of arm wrestling stuff up there. And remember, if there's not the membership option on your phone, you're going to have to use a laptop because your phone doesn't have the software to get the membership. Well, I appreciate that. I don't even know how to say your name. It's pretty interesting. Nic Stone, something like that. Adam, that's a great idea. He says, "Time for a Marcio matchup." It's last time I faced Marcio, I was pretty new. I was about a year or two in, and that was the last time I took a pin on my left arm was from Marcio Barboza. So I haven't been pinned since Marcio Barboza, and that's like 3 or 4 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. So I haven't been pinned left arm in 3 or 4 years. Indian Kid says, "Okay, bye. Thanks for watching, Indian Kid. Good luck with your chess, and we'll see you next time." So, the name I couldn't say before, let's call him NK for short. Says he's from South Africa. He says, "Brother, thanks for saying my name." That's probably the last time I'll be able to say that name because that was a good tongue twister. Maybe I'm just reading it wrong, but that's a good tongue twister, that name. Adam says, "Marcio's scared. He knows what's up." Hey, man, I don't know. He might be scared, but he's the. I was definitely trying to. I'm gonna reach out to him for our next pay per view, see if he's interested. I just don't think we'll have the budget to have that caliber of athlete at this moment. But we're gonna try. We're definitely gonna try. So let's see. Nico Sinethi. That sounds a little more right. He says, "Please try to say my name. I'm watching with my fam." Well, I hope that worked out for you. I hope that was good enough. Because I'm trying. But I hope the family got excited when they heard the name. If they like arm wrestling, you guys picked the right channel. Hey, no problem, man. He says, NK says, "Thanks, brother." But yeah, if you guys like arm wrestling, you picked the right channel. There's a pay-per-view on this channel, Stone TV, under memberships, $9.99. Whatever YouTube doesn't take will go to charity. Yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions about arm wrestling, powerlifting, gym stuff. So it looks like we got The Rock. The Rock was. I was never a fan of The Rock as a kid. I used to watch wrestling as a kid, and for some reason I never liked The Rock. Even when he was a good guy, never liked him. When he was a bad guy, I never liked him. And when he makes movies, I'm not a fan. But The Rock asks, "What color is your Bugatti?" It's like a very unique color. It's a one of one special color. Let's say like a like a burgundy pink. That's probably the color of it, but it's a very special color, one of one. So NK says you should bring it to Africa. It's my first time hearing arm wrestling. Yeah, man, that's definitely one of the goals is to travel out, spread the word. I do think there's a pretty, maybe not giant arm wrestling community in Africa, but I know there's a couple South African arm wrestlers out there that are doing very well. Um, so maybe, I don't know, maybe you could find a team out there if you're interested. But it's a good sport. It's a fun sport. Usually, everyone in the sport is um, everyone in the sport is usually cool. So Adam says, he says, my situation, bud. Besides getting back and slowly, what else do you recommend? Um, I mean, yeah, man. I say the only thing I just try to find something that's gonna be enjoyable, but also is gonna help you train and get stronger. So maybe it's arm wrestling, or maybe something something a different sport for a little bit until you get back 100% on your feet. We can arm wrestle, but I say maybe even sit down arm wrestling. I don't know if you ever tried sit down arm wrestling, Adam. That might be an option. Something to at least think about maybe. Because you're up in Maine, I know Thomas Dearborn is up in Maine. He's got a sit down table. I don't know how far away you guys are, but yeah, maybe that's what I would say. Maybe try sit down. Um, Thank you, Nick. I'm gonna try to say a name because I appreciate that. Nico Sanathi. This is guys. Stop the politics. We're trying to talk sports here. Thank you very much. Uh, Milico says MMA question mark UFC. Uh, yeah, I mean I watched it occasionally. I'm probably, if I had to pick my favorite fighting organization, it's the Old Pride. That's probably my favorite. I used to watch a lot of the Old Pride fights. Rock says no politics. I appreciate that. Is there more important, better things in life? Question mark. I don't. What are you talking about? Are you talking about arm wrestling or just politics? But either way, there's maybe. Um, Farah says, "Hello, boss. What are we talking about?" We're talking about arm wrestling. We're talking about maybe even powerlifting, gym stuff. We're talking about the pay per view, how to get the pay per view. It's under memberships. Uh, Ali says your country name is the USA. The Rock says WWE question mark. I used to watch it as a kid. I remember the exact moment I said I would never watch this again, and I was a huge fan of wrestling. I was watching wrestling, and all of a sudden, these like Jersey Shore wrestlers came out, and like they were like I don't know, it was like cheerleader. They're like Jersey Shore, but they're also like men cheerleaders. And I remember being a little kid and be like, I'm never watching this again, and I never watched it again. Um, but I do have some favorites. I was a big fan of The Undertaker. I liked Triple H as a kid. Um, yeah, those are probably my two favorite wrestlers as a kid. Yeah. Um, Faraz, is English your first language? I think it is. I think it is. Oh, so I just answered that, but he says, "What's your favorite wrestler?" Probably the Undertaker, or if I had to pick one, probably the Undertaker. Mileka something says, "Arm wrestling sucks, right? I done it for over 50 years. What's your dream sport if you could only pick one?" Well, 50 years is a long time. If you've been doing it for 50 years and you think it sucks, there's got to be something in there that you liked. But if I had dream sport, uh, I mean, right now I guess it's arm wrestling. Um, I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't enjoy it. Maybe maybe something with, if I had to pick, maybe something with much, with millions of dollar contracts, maybe something like that. Let's see. Jesse says, "Hello from Oregon." Hello, Jesse. Thanks for watching. If you like arm wrestling, you picked the right channel. Talking about arm wrestling, we got a pay-per-view on this channel under the memberships. If you can't, some phones don't have the software, so like memberships is not even an option. So if that's the case, you're gonna have to use a laptop or a computer. Um, but yeah, I mean, we had some good training last week, and this, last week up until this week, I got 3 trainings in with 3 different states. Connecticut was Tuesday. Well, actually, first was Pennsylvania was Saturday, Connecticut Tuesday, and then Massachusetts Wednesday. Hey, what's up, Vincent? Thanks for watching, man. Hey, you going to Steve's tournament in Danbury this Saturday, or is it you got stuff going on? But yeah, I'll be at Steve's. I won't be there early. I'm gonna go to practice before, and then I'll probably be there around 2 or 3. I'm gonna bring some steppers for the tables, and then I'll probably be a fill-in ref. They usually end up being a fill-in ref, which that's probably my strength as a referee. If I had to say one thing that I'm good at as a referee is to keep the tournament going. I'm definitely not the best referee, but I'll keep things moving. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions about arm wrestling or other sports, gym stuff, training. If you're interested in coaching, I have a few spots open right now. In person, or even coaching through FaceTime is, that's how sometimes I train people through FaceTime. But most people do make the trip. They want the in-person, which I do think the in-person is much, much better. You can learn more, and I can definitely see more, because you actually have the body in front of it. You can see how they move and stuff like that. But I do understand some people are, 5, 6, 7 hours away and they can't do that. So FaceTime is definitely a good plan B. Well, let's see. We talked about the t-shirts. We got some Team Stone t-shirts as well. They also go for 30. Both shirts can be shipped. You guys just got to pay for shipping. We got some Team Stone straps, arm wrestling straps for sale. They go for 20. Those are the first edition Team Stone straps. There's only going to be 100 of the first edition. We're going to make some changes for the second edition. So if you guys want one of the 100 first edition straps, now's your chance. They're running low. Practice tomorrow at the dungeon. If anyone wants to join, let me know. You're going to have to shoot me a message on Facebook or Instagram. Facebook is Nic Stone. Instagram is _TeamStone777. So The Rock says, where is selling this t-shirt? ? Now, if you're asking where to get the t-shirts, you're going to have to shoot me a message on Facebook or Instagram, and then we'll set it up through there. So Facebook, Nic Stone. Instagram _TeamStone777. But yeah, that's the merch that's what he says, The Rock. Yeah, so if you're interested in getting a t-shirt, shoot me a message on Facebook, Nic Stone, and then we'll set up everything, and then if we have to mail it, you send me your address and I'll mail it out. But yeah, definitely appreciate that, The Rock. If you're getting some merchandise, I definitely appreciate that. Let's see. Today for lifting, I'm just gonna do a recovery lift. Did some. It was a real hard week of training, so most of my lifting has been recovery focused. I hit 3 pretty hard practices. Saturday was a really hard practice in a good way. Tuesday was we got some good volume in, and then Wednesday was also a good hard day of training. So let's see. Thanks for watching, Hashem. I appreciate the comments and I appreciate you watching. If you like arm wrestling, you picked the right channel. Well, I guess I could tell I had a little eventful Wednesday. So not super crazy, but definitely something. So I'm not I don't like McDonald's. Unless it's like last resort kind of thing. So I'm on the way to practice. It's a far drive. It's like 2.5 hour drives. And I'm looking. So I pull over. I try to find. I'm looking on the GPS to find something to eat. Only thing that's around is a McDonald's for like another hour. So I decided to, all right, I'll just get a couple some dollar menu things. So I go in, I order the food, and the woman working the register walks by me, and another employee walks with her, and one of the employees ends up like passing out, and there was like she walked behind a glass window kind of thing. It was like cloudy glass. So I didn't see her fall. I heard her fall. She hit the glass, and I saw her, like her head, her face against the glass. And then I go around, and the young lady trying to hold her up she's super tiny girl, so she couldn't hold her up. and I end up like you know, in my head, it probably looked like a superhero, but I probably looked more like a Goofy running over there. But I end up like jumping, and I ended up catching the back of her head before she hit the ground. But yeah, she ended up having like I don't know what was going on. She kept on. We called the ambulance and everything, but she kept on passing out, and we couldn't uh, we couldn't keep her still. She kept on passing out and trying to get up, but the ambulance got there and took care of it. But yeah, it was like really weird. I've been to McDonald's in like forever, and if I wasn't there, maybe she would have hit her head and would have been well, she did hit her head, but um, on the glass, which that was a really big hit. But that's at least was able to minimize some of it. So I hope that the woman at the McDonald's, I hope she ended up being okay. But yeah, it was one of those weird things where I never go there and just happen to be there at the right time in the right situation. But yeah, hopefully she ended up being okay. But so let's see. Jamie says, "Well, thanks for watching, Jamie from England. Thanks for watching. If you like arm wrestling, you picked the right spot, Jamie. Um, we're talking about arm wrestling, except for the last couple minutes. We were talking about uh, a story, and I actually I pulled my left calf jumping or running or whatever. It's not super bad, just a little pull. But I remember, after driving the car, I was like, oh, I must have pulled my left calf. But it will heal and get stronger. Um, but I only got a little bit of this pre-workout left, so I'm gonna hop off once this is done. If you guys have any arm wrestling questions, powerlifting, gym question, coaching questions, let me know. So I think I pretty much talked about everything I really wanted to talk about, mostly the pay-per-view, how to get the pay-per-view under memberships, or join depending on your device. If you do not see those on your device, that means your device does not have the software to do the memberships. So you're going to have to use a laptop or a computer or something. Even a smart TV have been better than smartphones. Um, um, we talked about the t-shirts, the straps. We might do hats if we can set up a pre-order. If we get enough pre-orders, we can get hats. Let's see. So the rooster must be, I don't know if you've been watching my other lives. There's a rooster. One of my neighbors has a rooster across the street. And I haven't heard him in a while, so maybe something got him. That the rooster is nocturnal, maybe. Because he always makes that rooster sound at very strange hours. It's not like in the cartoons when as soon as the sun comes up, they start. You know, like the alarm clock, it's more of a like an alarm clock you can't shut off. It's just all, you know, except for today, maybe something got it, but usually it's every day, just nonstop. Um, but yeah, maybe it finally happened. Something got the rooster. Oh, let's see. What time is it right now? All right, guys. I'm going to hang on for like another minute. We've been on for about 46 minutes. So, any final questions, let me know. I'm going to hop off very soon. Maybe, I'm not sure. I might do do a live workout again. I'm just gonna set it up. I won't be, you know, super talkative until the workout's done. I'm just gonna set it up so that the cable machine is seen. So there's a couple other stations I'll have off to the side that won't be seen. Yeah, let me know if you guys want me to set up the live for the workout too. But hey guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.